Hi, I'm Coach Landry, and the topic is 10 stress strategies for parents. Each of us has a responsibility as a parent to manage your own stress, right? I mean, you can't just pass the buck. You got kids. You can't just cry because your kids are driving you nuts or whatnot, because these are all typical things that everybody goes through if you're a parent. And if you aren't a parent, you know somebody who's stressed out by kids. You are related to someone who's stressed out by kids. Your best friend has kids. We all kind of get the idea of kids, right? So, one of my clients, one of the messages I got from them was, I'm stressed, we're rushing, and before I know it, I'm yelling. And when I see the look on his face, he was just being a kid and I was stressed out. I got that from one of my clients. So as every parent learns, you can't be a good mom or dad when you're stressed out, no matter how positive your intentions. It's just hard. Kids are, handling kids and stress and work and your spouse or your partner, life, the dog, the pool's turning green and needs chlorine. I mean, things mount up and you just feel like you're balancing the world. It's true that modern life creates a ton of stress, but it's also true that what stresses us out, one person may just roll off the back of another. So stress is partially what happens to us. But mostly our reaction to it is really kind of the cause to it. It's really what matters. Each of us has a responsibility as a parent to manage our own stress, right? So after all, do you want your kids to have the best of you or what's left of you? A three-pronged approach often works best. And I'm going to break it down into probably, I think there's about 10 things, like I said at the beginning. There's 10 things that can really just kind of get after it, but there's three main pronged approaches to it. Pare down the stressors in your life. Number one, keep your cup full so that you have more internal resources to deal with that curve the balls that life inevitably throws at you. And retrain your attitude so that you notice as you slip into stress mode, you can make the choice to shift gears. Okay, those are the three main things that the 10 stress strategies for parents I'm going to give you. Number one, pay attention to breathing calmly, deeply, as often as you can remember all day long. Remember to breathe may sound simple, but it'll literally change your life. Literally. Late for an appointment? Breathe. Kids just dump their toys in the toilet? Breathe. Taking deep breaths so you can get more oxygen actually reduces stress hormones circulating in your body. Literally. Noticing your breath is like using a pause button. Okay? It brings you back into the moment, so you have a choice. Do you really want to get hijacked by stress and end up yelling at your kid, or could you choose a better way of handling things? Put post it's up all over your house or wherever your car, wherever you need it, wherever if you see it, you'll think about it. And when you see one, take 3 deep breaths. The practice will make it more effective when you have one of those inevitable stress-inducing moments. Number 2, pare down your schedule. Much of the stress we feel comes from routinely overscheduling, but that's a choice we make, right? So we think it's helpful to squeeze more in, but it always costs us somehow, right? There's always a price to pay when you do these kind of things. Kids thrive on connection. So when we get too busy to hang out and connect with them, they act out. Prioritize your kids and your relationship. Then drop anything else you can. Your house can stay a mess a little longer. Serve scrambled eggs and raw carrots for dinner. Yes, it's nutritionally fine. Your children need you in a good mood much more than they need a good cook. Sleep, my favorite, number 3. Sleep is essential stress buster. Okay, your body uses sleep for time and to heal and to restore your better biochemical balance. This is hard because sleep often feels out of our control, but you can get more sleep even if it means going to bed when the kids do. Just do it. Even a few days a week, you get into this kind of discipline. If you're one of those people who has a hard time going to sleep, find a time that works for you every week and, take an allergy pill that, sedative, or take a melatonin, find something that fits your schedule. So at 10 o'clock, if the kids are in bed, take a melatonin so you're in bed by 10:30. Get sleep. Number 4, move. Exercise is the best stress reducer there is, period, across the board. After deep breathing, getting enough sleep, 20 minutes of sweat-inducing activity every day cuts cortisol levels and puts you in a good mood. What more incentive do you need than that? Turn on the music, get your kids dancing with you. If you got more ideas, there's tons of things you can look into for that. Number 5, cut your kids some slack. You don't need to stress about every little misstep your kid makes, okay? the fact that the clobbered his playmate, or there's poop on the wall, doesn't mean they're psychopaths. Most childish behaviors develop mentally appropriate. It just takes time to kind of get through some things. This is your baby showing you the best way he or she can, that they need your love and understanding. Most acting out can be cured by reconnecting with your child and getting some real laughter going on between you two, which heals both of your stress, right? I think about when you're fighting with someone, like I said in my last segment, stress busters for couples, laughing reduces everything to a much more happy state. So on those days when you're ready to tear your hair out, remember that moment when you first held your child in your arms and how lucky you felt. You're still lucky and you can still feel that way. Remember, happiness is a choice. Number 6, postpone anything but love. What about those times when you really need to intervene and set a limit with your child? Go ahead, but first remind yourself that it's not an emergency. You don't have to teach your child a lesson this very moment. In fact, all you have to do right now is keep everyone safe and return yourself to calm. Okay? Anything you need to say to your child, you will say better once you're calm, just like you do in a couple, just like couples do when they're fighting. Everything's said better when you're calm. This eliminates stress of feeling so pressured and powerless in the moment to say the right thing to your child, or in most cases, come up with the right threat, right? So it also prevents saying things you're sorry for later, so it makes you more effective as a parent. Number 7, give up your perfectionism. Sure, life is messy, but is that any reason to postpone love and happiness? If you're one of those people like me, I'm a little bit of a neat freak, and you care about how things are, have a designated play area where your kids play. That way, if they do mess it up, they can do whatever they want to the area, and you're not going to be stressed out about it. You're more than enough, just the way you are. There's no perfect people and there's no perfect parents. Perfect is a facile word to begin with, an idea and thought. So trying to be perfect is a huge source of stress. Well, you want to be as complementary to your situation. It tightens, a vice around your heart. Loving yourself, really feeling your love for yourself. Even though you aren't a perfect parent, you may be single. Most important thing you can do is de-stress and help your child thrive. Practice positive self-talk. Find ways to nurture yourself. If you simply must evaluate yourself, you're one of those people you can't not look at yourself. Never judge yourself by your child's behavior, but by your reaction to it. Okay? Number 8, count your blessings and cultivate optimism. Every time you every time you start to feel, a negative kind of feeling, find as many things as you can to be grateful for and really feel the gratitude. Research shows that practice reduces stress and improves health and happiness. Period. Across the board. Number 9, find support. Parenting is the hardest job there is. All parents need support. Someone we can find, that you can vent to, who won't judge you or try to fix you. If you need more than that kind of support in your life, find other parents who feel comfortable and start building new friendships. Listen to your parents, audios, and soothe and inspire you. Find yourself in a parenting coach, or a life coach with whom you can check in occasionally with to kind of help you de-stress and decompress things. Even the simple act of writing in a journal has been proven to be an effective way of supporting ourselves and coming to peace with things that bother us. And finally, number 10, and this is just a let it all go. Find spirit in your life. This can mean a higher power, but it doesn't have to. Just step away from distractions and find the quiet that inspires you to connect with your deepest wisdom. For some of us, it's as simple as a walk in the woods or gazing at the stars. Your kids benefit from quiet time and nature too. So we all need to reconnect regularly with miracles that make it worth living. So think about these things, and I'm gonna recap. Okay, I'm gonna recap these 10 things. Pay attention to breathing calmly and deeply as often as you can remember all day long. Pare down your schedule. Sleep. Move and get exercise. Cut your kids some slack. Postpone anything but love. Give up your perfectionism. Count your blessings and cultivate optimism. Find support and find spirit in your life. So I hope these things helped you out. And if you'd like to book a personal session, contact me via the email below. And if you found this information of value, show your appreciation by clicking on the donation link below. And I will talk to you soon.